DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin with DreAllDay.com. Today's daily motivation is about you relieving the pressure from others. This is about you assuming that you watching this is a leader. You are a leader in your worlds, whether that be in your family, if you're a part of any type of team in business or in sports, any organization, that you want to be the person who, when something needs to be taken care of and all other options have been exhausted and people are not quite sure what to do, they can look at you, they can call you, and you're a person who can figure things out. You can solve the problem. You can save the day. You can be the one who is that emergency button. Like, you know how they have like the fire extinguisher behind glass in buildings, and it says, "In case of emergency, break the glass." Excuse me. You want to be that person who is in case of emergency. People tried everything else they could do. They weren't able to figure it out, but now they're like, all right, this is an emergency. We got to break the glass. You're the person that they call when they break that glass. To give you an example of this, when I was playing pro basketball overseas, I remember I was talking to a coach. We were actually somebody was interviewing him for a video, right? And they were just asking him some questions because he was a coach he coached a team, and I believe he was in Spain. And he would, they would bring an American player or two into their team every year. So the person who was filming said to me, "Dre, can you ask this coach, some questions so that we can get him to give some answers that will help players who are trying to play overseas maybe be useful for them?" And I'm good at that. So they asked me to ask them some questions while they were filming. So while they were filming, I asked the coach, I said, "Coach, if an American player is watching this video and they're trying to play overseas, they want to play for you, for example, what is the number one thing that player needs to do or be or represent so that they be the kind of player that you would want on their team?" And the coach said, that's a great question. The answer is they got to solve the problems. That's what the coach said. You got to solve the problems. What that meant is, and any of you who plays ball, you ever played overseas basketball, then this is really what they're looking for. A lot of times with American players playing ball overseas is that you kind of got to be this Swiss Army knife type of player who can do multiple things, and you can fill in a lot of the gaps that the team has. So that means you can grab some rebounds, you can play defense, you can dribble, you can score on the inside, you can score on the outside. You're a leader. You kind of could do a little bit of everything, and you could do it at a pretty high level to where you're that guy who could pretty much, again, solve all the problems. Whatever problems that team has and whatever problems may pop up, you are able to deal with them and solve those problems just because you have the ability to do so. And this is, yes, it's a skill set. It's about your ability, but it's much more a mindset. It's much more a decision, a thing that you decided that I'm going to be that guy or that girl in my organization to where anything that pops up, I'm going to be the one that they can call on who's going to fix that issue. Give you one more example here. Dennis Rodman said this. Those who don't know who he is, he was an NBA player, Hall of Famer, played for several teams, but most notably with the Chicago Bulls during the last three-peat with Michael Jordan, 96 through 98. And one of the things Rodman said, this is after his career, I don't know if he said it while he was still playing, it might have been right after his time with the Bulls was over. He said, when you are on the same team with MJ, referring to Michael Jordan, he said, you always know that you have a chance to win every single game. And he said, you never understand the pressure that is relieved from you as a player when you're on the same team as Michael Jordan. And what he was saying was, Michael Jordan is that kind of guy who relieves the pressure from everybody else because everyone knows that if anything goes wrong or there's some kind of emergency, he's the guy who's going to solve everything. I don't have to go above and beyond with myself. Maybe you'll be pushed to do so, but you knew that you didn't have to be the Superman because you already got a Superman, the guy who's going to handle everything. What I'm telling you today is that you want to put yourself in a frame of mind. Again, it's not necessarily about your skill set or resources, but putting yourself in a frame of mind that you're going to be that Superman or Superwoman in your organization. So if and when something does go wrong, people know they can call on you, or you see something goes wrong, you know you can call on yourself to fix it. And again, it starts with the mindset, then it becomes a skill set. So with that said, folks, that's today's daily motivation. Make sure you leave a comment in this video. Let me know the best action step you took or take based on what you heard here today. Make sure you text me so you're getting I think we're going to start doing this as a Monday motivation. So the Monday motivation text that I send out every week to everybody in my text community. My number is 305-384-6894. Again, 305-384-6894 is down below in the description. Work on Your Game University. That is where we're doing All of our training, all of our coaching, all of our high-level courses, all inside workonyourgameuniversity.com. The link's down below as well. Do all the YouTube stuff while you're here. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message here today. I know you know somebody who needs to hear this. Copy the link, send it to them, let them know, hey, you need to be listening to this dude because he's giving out some real game. Everybody have a great day. Work on your game. Dre, all